Just want to briefly cut in here and point out this guy's army composition. 3 chariots, 2 chariots, a bunch of Chaos Knights with lances, and a bunch of Marauder Horsemasters. I think this might be a 20 stack of cavalry units. I'm a dwarf.
Never.
What do? I don't have a full stack of slayers. How do I kill it? So here we are. This is what I was hoping to avoid. This place has been sieged. There'll be background noise, by the way. Don't mind that. This place has been sieged for many turns by 3 Chaos armies. I have an army like just over here. You can't see it in the screen anyway, I don't think, but just over here there's an army. Unfortunately, the only way to make it here was to force march it, and then, you know, there's inherent risks with that and stuff. Instead, by the way, welcome to background noise, McGee. Probably won't actually record this right now, I'll wait till after, but for right now, we'll talk about it. The balance of power is slightly in their favor, which makes sense, they do have 3 armies. But we're defending. The downside is that we don't really have artillery that is suited to defense. We really don't have artillery that's suited to anything other than field battles, but we have this single grudge thrower, that's it. We do have a lot of thunderers in this garrison, which is good against armored units, so that can be pretty useful. We'll probably have the thunderers up on the walls, and then just behind the walls we'll have the Bugman's Rangers or something. I'm not sure how we'll set it up, but we'll have to do something. But I'm not going to record it right away. We're going to go ahead and quick save here and save on camera so you guys can see nothing will change when we're back into the battle. But I'm going to wait till after everything's done, because otherwise there's going to be a lot of pots and pans banging around in the background, so don't mind that. But anyway, I will return and we will fight the fight and hopefully win. We'll see. Alrighty, here we are. This is it. This is the siege fight from earlier. I say earlier, but it'll be like 2 seconds before I say this, but quite a while for me. But anyway, I went ahead and set my troops up. We don't have the ranged units to cover, obviously, the entire length of the wall. So what I did is I set up 2 thunderers on each gate directly on top of it. They'll be basically raining shots and whatever comes down through the gate here, in theory. We are going to have the walls mounted. There's pretty much no way around that, and I think this is going to be a bit of an issue, but went ahead and did that. I used the Corralers and Rangers and other miscellaneous units. I put the Bugman's Rangers mostly on this side. They should pretty much all be over here. And the reason I did that is because I feel like most of the force is probably going to go this way because they're going to drop those gates pretty quick, but that doesn't really matter because these guys can drop gates pretty quick too, so we'll see. Corralers are still good anyway, it doesn't really matter. Behind the walls, I have split my melee infantry into 2 roughly equal capability units with a lord each. And I've squished them up against the wall, as you can see, to keep them from getting shot at by hell cannons, because there are going to be hell cannons. That's pretty much my biggest issue right now. My gyro bombers are just chilling back here. As soon as I can, I'm probably, in fact, probably very quickly at the start of this match, in fact. Screw it, let's go ahead and get these guys ready to go. We're going to basically rush out here and try and deal with the hell cannons as quickly as we can. The other option for these guys would be to drop the bombs on people on walls and stuff, and I think I might save my bombs for that. We'll have to be wary of those Marauder Horsemen. Any other ranged units that show up, but hell cannons will have to be dealt with quickly, so let's go ahead and get them over there. I think they can shoot on the move. We'll see. But that's basically it. We'll capture these towers pretty shortly into the battle here, and they'll begin firing. There we go. They're not great towers. I can't remember if they're upgraded. I don't think they are. But this is a cool looking scene. Got chaos marching on us, including chaos spawn. The smoke from the city behind us. Kind of cool looking. Anyway, there's the reinforcements coming in. So they should be roughly similar army compositions. They won't be identical, but they should be roughly similar. Words are hard. I want these guys relatively close just because if there's any sort of threat to them, we'll have to pull them back. But I want them relatively close because that'll give them better accuracy. They are being targeted, though, by one of the mages. Anyway. So there goes my archers. That's another sweet angle. Of course, the trails are added for game visibility. There is a mod that you can take the trails off if you want fancy screenshots and stuff, but... Here comes the horde. Did they already break the gate? What are you guys doing? You're attacking. Why are you attacking? They didn't break the gate. You guys are just walking through the gate. Stop that. Apparently, at some point, I told them to attack. It was a bit silly, but that's okay. It just means they're a little bit worn down. I really wish you guys weren't being maged, but that's okay. So there should be another hell cannon, correct? No, there's not another hell cannon. This is the only hell cannon. Minus 30 armor is not actually that big of a deal. So again, these guys are unbreakable. They must be killed. I think the hell cannon will function on its own as well, but I'm not 100% certain. Other siege equipment have a minimum number of units required in order for it to function. I think this thing just functions until the unit is dead. Hello? Warriors. Okay. I don't think hell cannons can hide. Okay, there it goes. It's dead. I'm gonna take my gyro bombers and retreat to them. Worried about the central part because obviously we don't have nearly as many ranged units there, plus we're not set up with the melee units. I think what we're gonna have to do is take 2 from the sides here. And we're gonna have to drop off the walls here as well. So let's go ahead and do that preemptively. We're gonna have to give up ground on that wall already, which is okay for now. Let's check out here again, what's going on? Not a whole lot. If I can funnel these guys into the gatehouses, that's much better. I have artillery pointing at the gates, so that's basically my best chance of defense right now, I think, is if most of their units end up going through the gate. I don't think the gates have weapons. No. So the gates themselves will not help defend, but if we can keep our guys on the wall above the gates, we're in a much better situation. Which unfortunately is going to very quickly become not true on that side, at least. A lot of units. This side is doing much better than the other side. That was sort of to be expected. It did have Bugman Rangers over here. But we are going to have to drop a unit off the walls here, which is okay. Not the end of the world. We'll drop him just back here, should be okay. We'll bring Longbeards? I guess just regular Longbeards up here to defend. These guys aren't stupendous. Where are the miners at? Oh, they're up here. But it'll be okay. I kind of wish you weren't right there. I kind of wish I knew why you were right there as well. No skirmish. All of my ranged units should not have skirmish. There's no reason for you to have skirmish. Can you guys actually get a shot off before he charges into you? Probably not. Yeah, because units have to rotate before they can fire a shot. It's very annoying. Whole unit has to rotate to face the enemy. Enemies have ladders on our walls. My god. If it can be helped, I would like my Thunderers to not have to get off of the wall. Because they can't fire over the wall or up onto the wall to help out, so preferably I'd like to avoid that. You guys are defending. You guys are actually just chilling. Oh, you're Ironbreakers. Don't actually do that. For whatever you feel like doing, do not throw bombs at our dudes. What's the gate doing? 83%? That's about to break. What about this one? I think they haven't gotten to that one yet, yeah. We're gonna take... No, we can't really move our dudes much here. What we can do is prepare the gate for attack. Sort of scrunch our dudes up a little bit here. We may have to reinforce this guy, I'm not entirely sure quite yet. Again, I want my dudes on the walls as long as possible. Oh, he's retreating, okay. That is good. Up here, you guys are in defensive position. The gate will fall quickly once those things get on it. And it's on it, so. You guys still shooting? Should be. Yeah, you are. They might shatter. There they go. Or break, whatever. Sorry for the game running on a slower speed. Not necessarily a whole lot I can do about that. Well, you guys over here, actually. You guys are just lobbing up there, that's fine. You're defending okay, sort of. I mean, as long as they hold the wall, it doesn't really matter. There's a lot of dudes back there. Alright, you. Crush in here. Same with the rest of you, just crush in. These guys can't fire, I don't think. They might try to. I don't think they will, though. Oh, they are. Oh no, it just says broken. Okay. Oh, they did shoot. You madmen. Why are we corroding? Unit losing decisively. No, you're not. Calm down. Go ahead and pop our runes. Move him over here, because I think that'll be a better spot for him. We are going to have to drop down there as well. Doesn't really matter which way they're facing, but whatever. Oh, the gate has broken on this side as well. Move them over there. The cannons, yeah, they're back there. Trying to set myself up so that I can respond to things, like for instance them climbing this wall right here, without too much movement from my individual units. Although now that the gate has fallen, they should start to focus a little bit more of their units on the gate itself. We are going to have to drop down there. And he probably needs help as well. Let's tell you to move over there and you to move up there, and then we can adjust later. And you're fine. Alright. These guys should still be shooting. I forgot to tell you where all my artillery pieces are, but it's only 4 of them. There's 2 over here, 2 cannon, 2 organ guns over there, 1 over there, and then my actual artillery pieces. My catapults are firing on this side over here. Anyway. Again, I want my Thunderers up here, preferably. They don't have the greatest firing line, but they should be capable of firing down into this. So, enemies' ladders have docked on our walls. I don't have a unit for over there, do I? No. They're defending this. You guys have to go up there. We'll have to make do with this defense down here. See what happens. What about this side? How we doing over here? Okay, so you guys have to get off the walls now. Which should allow me to get these guys in a better formation up there. This side's fine. They've broken, so that doesn't matter. This front line has broken, or their front has broken here as well. So you guys, except for you, I want you to just roughly line up like this, except for whoever's in the center. Is it you? No. You. You I want back a bit. Not really roughly lined up like I said before anymore, but basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a small angle that that cannon can fire through if we need it. Quite a lot of dudes up there. So I'm pretty sure this flank is going to need most of the help, but these guys are going to continue up here shooting at stuff as long as they have ammo. Do you have any buffs? You do not, so you're just going to charge in and punch shit with your axe, I guess. I don't know. I don't think these iron breakers... Oh, yeah, they are. I was going to say, I don't think they're going to be able to get their attack off in time. But they most certainly did. Oh, they got another volley in. That's pretty good. Well, there goes the organ guns just over the top of our own dudes. Iron breakers threw another volley in there. Organ guns come in. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's a choke. More iron breaker volleys in. Gonna be hitting a little bit of our own dudes with them at this point, but it should be fine. The central wall, however, not looking too good. There's a lot of iron breaker stuff going off around here. You guys actually don't need to be on the wall anymore, I don't think. There's a lot of stuff going off over here. Good lord. It looks like the center's being hit pretty bad, which isn't great. I mean, we have ranged support over here, but it's not particularly great anyway. You guys need to reform. Same sort of thing, I want to try and get them a firing line without opening myself up too much. I mean, that should be okay. You're up there. Should be okay. Now that the gates are broken, we shouldn't have too much stuff trying to climb the walls near the gates. The only real issue is definitely going to be the central area. I'm going to try and get this guy over here. Excuse me, sir. There's apparently... Oh, there's the other one. I was going to say there's apparently two of you, but... didn't know where the other one was. There's the mage stuff. It's really this side over here getting ruined. Oh, don't do that, just stay on the walls. Your unit says used all its ammunition. I know it's gonna hit this unit of miners, but it's a unit of miners, they'll be okay. There's a hell cannon. You guys should be fine. What is this? It's a wizard. Okay. Don't know what happened there, but he appears to have fallen off of the wall and died. Now, why he's done that, I have no idea. So there was another unit of hell cannon. Looks like just the one. You guys are okay. I don't know where you came from, but hello, how are you? And I have a unit, there you are, that's chasing something that I didn't want chasing something. I should really tell them to hold ground, but I don't use that function as much as I probably should. We're gonna send our gyro bombers out here and we're just gonna bomb it. They don't have the ammo to shoot at it, so. Every unit has used all its ammunition. That's okay. By the way, once units are down here past the walls, if we still control the walls, I don't think it's possible for them to come back from a broken status. But I'm not 100% certain on that. It would be a very strange game design choice if that was the case, but their army's basically dead at this point. Yeah, their army's just mass shattering over here, so... we're gonna park our butts directly on top of you if we can. I don't think we can because game design. I should still hit that, right? May just have to go back and forth like this. Oh, that's pretty much directly on top of it. Yeah, there we go. go over this way because there's a couple units over here. Just wait a second. Actually, no, those are dead. We'll go back this way instead. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I think it just got hit by a tower. But that works perfectly fine. So these guys do still have bombs. What are we doing over here? We're blowing up our own dudes. That's okay. Really, they're all just running back and forth inside of my stuff being shot by my dudes, so... It's a rather interesting situation here. There is another hell cannon. Unfortunately, I can't really deal with it, but we're just gonna quad speed it. It'll eventually die to the towers on the walls, but we'll just fly over here and help out a little bit. Drop a few bombs. Oh. Actually, yeah, they've given up. Apparently there is a minimum, it's just 2, which is not very many. Either way. Let's watch this poor man try and make his way over here. There's a bunch of arrows coming into something there. Imagine being this guy. I mean, he's a Chaos Dwarf, so like he doesn't have, oh, he's dead. Oh, he's not. He yet lives? No, he doesn't. He lost an arm. He tried his best. So that went fairly well. Kind of be expected on a defensive siege battle. Defensive siege battles give you a huge defender advantage, obviously. That isn't shown necessarily every time. But anyway, that didn't go too bad. Didn't even lose the walls. I mean, there's a big old pile of stuff over here. Like, just tell my guys to attack them. And then anything with ammo will probably... Where are you going? I don't really quite... I'm confused. I'm trying to figure... Oh, there they go. Their pathing was very strange. We're gonna kill what units we can, even though this is actually just an abuse of AI. We're gonna kill what units we can. Because this is a siege battle, and if they have units left over, they will survive on the map, and I don't want that. Why did we lose that? Oh, because there's no one on it, right? We keep the towers for a little bit as long as there's someone there, but... My lord is dead. These guys will eventually just die to walking through stuff. He's not even gonna try. Hey, dude. It forcibly ended the battle. No. So we lost 121 units to their lots. I'd say that's pretty good. I wonder how much damage the Thunderers did. 83 units. Unfortunately, they're garrison, so they were reinforcements, which means we can't see them on this screen. It's really stupid. I wish that was different, but we can't see their stats on this screen individually, so. They're just garrison anyway. It doesn't really matter what they do in a fight. They don't get experience, so. I wish they did, actually. Imagine if Garrison could get experience. Just imagine a full rank 9, 20 stack Garrison force on something. That would be extremely powerful. Rank 9 units are much, much better than rank 0 units, which is what Garrisons will have. I think it's like a, I don't know the exact percentage. I think it might just be like a 20% improvement at that point, but it's pretty substantial. By the way, note how it says close victory. I don't know. Don't ask me. Apparently the game thought that was a close fight. I didn't. The stats don't. But apparently the game thought it was a close fight. 121 to 1366. And they're chaos, so of course we will execute them. Here we can see their stats. They didn't do too much, but not too bad at all. It shows their ranks. Ignore that. I'm pretty sure they don't have ranks. Like if we go into another fight, it'll just count them as rank 0. But anyway, there's your fight. Easy victory. Now we'll just have to clean up the chaos that are down here. There's still 2 other stacks. There's one right there. There's another stack wandering around. Servants to chaos. I don't know where they're coming from, but they're showing up over there in that northwestern tip of our little territory, which is annoying. Alrighty, we're back. Gonna do an update before I do some stuff involving the game, mostly. My computer appears to be increasingly less happy about this, so I think the scale of the campaign is actually getting to my computer a bit, which does make sense, to be fair, because I do have to record it while it's running, so I don't think I'm dropping any frames or anything. There are some instances where it drops frames, like it just did right there. I don't really think there's much of anything I can do about that. The problem is just at this point, my computer is just very unhappy about the number of things it has to do, so I'm just gonna scroll across the map so you can see why it's unhappy. We're actually, let's do some counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's a lot. I got confused because I got the Discord ding and I lost count. There's a lot of armies on the map, every which way. All the factions are doing all of the things, so it has to keep track of apparently quite a lot. But this is basically what the map looks like. We've more or less cleaned up the north. There's a lot of armies over here of a variety of factions, not factions, all over the place doing all sorts of stuff. Mostly just cleaning up. There is this army here is a rebellion. The dwarves are just scurrying around up here, killing rebellions left and right. They're doing a very good job killing rebellions in places that aren't their territory, so I appreciate it. This is still unowned or Skaven. I think it's Skaven. Unfortunately, the Skaven spread like wildfire. This one might also be Skaven, but I don't really know. This one just fell. This was a dwarven colony, and I don't think well, actually I might pick it up. The south is mostly cleared. I think this is the only Chaos army left down here is that one. So, good there. This guy looks like he's gonna colonize the islands finally. And as far as this guy down here, he took that, which is a bit of a dick move. And I don't know where he's going now, because he actually walked past this place. So I think he might be coming back to defend or something, I'm not entirely sure. What I do know is that this province is generally unhappy with me, and I'm generally unhappy with it, so I wouldn't want to keep it, but I'm here now. We really don't have a lot of military down here, or we didn't anyway. We do now. We have 2 small lore master armies. They're not great, but they're not bad either. They have pretty good units, they're just small. The Lizardmen, pretty good army, lots of special units. And 1 Stegodon. I was expecting to see more Stegodons, but not a bad army. There's another one over here, but it's been here for like 7 decades, so I think the AI has bugged out. It's actually going to die to attrition. That's how long it's been there. It's been slowly suffering tiny amounts of attrition from the chaos over here. But that'll die at some point probably. There's an army over here that's not doing anything, it's just kind of chilling. And then up here, there is mostly death and despair. This army has to be rebuilt because it got killed over here in Swampy Town. It's a great name. But unfortunately, Naggaroth, being a Dark Elf faction, has pretty powerful units, and they have a large amount of them right here, including ones sieging the capital of Hexodal, which is going to weaken them dramatically. So at some point, we're going to have to do something about Naggaroth. probably soon. But they're so big that, like, I don't know. I guess start down here because we can actually live down here, so we can take some of these provinces and then move up, I guess. I don't want to grow too much, mostly. But as far as this place goes, it's going okay. My ally, this guy's about to get bonked by this army, probably. He captured these two territories quickly, but he's been sieging this for a while, and unfortunately this is a gate, so it can take it for a while. It's got 5 turns before it even starts suffering attrition, so probably not a whole lot going on there. Lothairn will probably fall at some point, but it's a surprisingly sturdy town. I suppose it is Lothairn, but a very sturdy little town there. There's a lot of Cult of Pleasure armies around here, but they're spread like all over the place, so I can't really keep track of them very well because they keep going in and out of my line of sight and all of that jazz. There's an army here that I need to do something about. It's not much of an army, but I also don't have much in terms of garrison over here. But this is what we've taken. We're going to leave these two as ours, and we're just going to use them sort of as a supporting feature. But this province is definitely going to be mine, and we're going to make probably some military buildings over here and use that as a launching point into Naggaroth, in theory. Apart from that, because I'm trigger happy, and I dislike Skaven because I'm a dwarf, we're going to declare war upon the Skaven. Now, nobody really likes the Skaven, and everyone really likes me, so I suspect everybody will join this call to arms here. There you go. Everyone has joined, or at least pretty much everybody. We're gonna auto this because it's an easy fight, and we are actually going to occupy it, probably. Yeah. We're gonna occupy it. We're gonna occupy Kislev as well. Kislev, over here. This guy actually parked his army next to this place. I'm not entirely sure why, but he walked up next to me and just parked here. Almost as if he was awaiting my declaration of war upon the Skaven here. So, that's a plane, by the way. I live actually pretty close to an airport, but it's not a very busy airport, so usually not a whole lot going on. But anyway, we're going to declare war on the Skaven and clean up the Skaven from the north up here as well. All of these ruins are Skaven, so I have to clear them out. And take Hell Pit, preferably for my own. We'll see. But preferably for my own. Unfortunately, I didn't plan this very well because I can't attack this dude. Which is a pretty beefy chunk of his military force. It is Skaven, so he doesn't have much of a military force, but I don't think he can go anywhere because he's just too close to our armies, so probably a fight there. I own Krakadrak, I took it myself. We own that now. Actually, I took it for myself, but there was a Dwarven army over here. I don't know where it went, it's gone. But there was a Dwarven army over here that just razed it to the ground. So I plopped myself into it, so this army's a little bit weak. Hopefully it'll grow stronger soon. There's a Chaos army here and a War Herd, and I think that is all for Chaos. That army there, this army down here. But there could be some more, well, there's actually this guy too. There could be some more of this faction, the Servants to Chaos. Because I don't know where they come from. They just appear from the ocean over here and march onto the land. I don't have the faintest idea where they come from. So, at some point we'll figure that out. But that's the update. I wanted to bring you guys in for the declaration of war upon the Skaven here, because they've been around for a long time. They're probably not going to be around for much longer, because as you can see, select your next words. I don't think I need to select anything carefully. Look at that. -700. It says 341 right now, but it's going to go to -700. Look at those trespasses. To be fair, I don't know I know, but technically I don't know that I'm trespassing against them because they show up as ruins. So me being in their territory, the game doesn't tell me that I'm trespassing. But anyway, as you can see, basically the whole world hates them, so I don't think they'll be around for very long. I'm going to go ahead and show you my relative military power. Naggaroth should still be second. There they are. A pretty distant second at this point, but I'm basically hitting the limit on my ability to construct armies at this point because we have a 22% army upkeep at this point. So it's costing us 12,000 extra in terms of army upkeep to have this many. We could probably build another and then that would be the limit. But I'm not actually sure if we can afford another without completely crippling our economy. But regardless, just wanted to bring you guys along while I declared war. That's basically it. So I'll bring you guys back in when there's another update.